Hello artists, my name is Thomas and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about navigating social media as an artist, how to create valuable content which will put you somewhere, the reality of social media, and how to kind of constantly look for ways to improve that kind of content creation. As a content creator myself, I'm always looking to improve. So I've seen methods that work and understand how much work needs to be kind of put into this to even see a bit of growth. So that's what we're learning today. So I'm sure it's obvious to most artists that obviously you want to be posting your work on social media to promote, whether it be your personal brand, kind of your personality, yourself, the work that comes along with it, your product, and anything else that you would deem relevant to kind of, I guess, promote yourself as a person or as an artist. The thing that people don't do enough of is volume. One of the things that is completely necessary is consistency and volume. For the past, I don't know how long it's been now, but for the last year or something, I've been trying to push out 2 YouTube videos a week. I haven't always been able to make that criteria, but for example, you set a routine, make a certain amount of content per week, always try to increase it, keep the quality high, but also remember that it's about documentation and not having everything as a perfectly refined piece of work to post. There's also the fact that you need to be adjusting your content for each social media platform that you choose to use. Ideally, you want to be going with the 3 or 4 biggest social media platforms out there, which you feel like are the best to promote your whatever you're doing for your career, let's just say your artwork, and you want to adjust your content for each specific social media platform. So for example, the content that you post on Instagram is not going to be the same format as the content you post on TikTok. And the content on TikTok is going to be different than what you are posting on YouTube. YouTube now tends to be kind of a longer format. TikTok tends to be obviously short formats with ideally building your content within the structure and the format of the TikTok culture. And then Instagram is obviously, you can have a bit of flexibility with Instagram, but what you want to do is study artists who are already doing well, already, getting lots of engagement, are successful, are selling work, whatever they're doing on Instagram. Look at what they're doing, look at their formats, and you can copy their formats for your own work, or even make adjustments if you think that those adjustments will make that presentation or engagement even better. I also know that the reality is with some of these social media platforms such as Instagram, particularly within the last year, engagement has dropped. In terms of organic engagement, has dropped significantly. It's much harder to grow an Instagram account now as a smaller account. So one thing I've been doing is I actually created a new Instagram account with some kind of paintings I've been doing on the side, outside of my main practice, to promote and try and work out Facebook and Instagram ads. So there's a video on that coming soon. So make sure that you subscribe if you're interested in kind of the technicalities behind making Facebook and Instagram ads. So how do you build that foundation of actually, starting to make content? As I mentioned like a minute ago, is you stalk the people who are already doing very, very well. I'm actually going to reference to Jing, I think that is his name, that I referenced in a previous video regarding kind of making money as an artist online. He's dominating on Instagram. I would advise though, you don't want to just kind of stick with one social media platform. Ideally, you want to put your eggs in more than one basket, just in case major changes happen to one specific platform. So what I realized Jurong did is basically every painting he produces about 3 or 4 pieces of Instagram content per painting. So let's have a look at the formats that he's got. He's kind of got obviously stills of the final pieces. He's got carousel posts of details of works. He also has videos of his painting process, videos kind of going in once it's finished and then zooming out. He also has pictures of his kind of hand just painting, or a video of his hand just painting. So you can see kind of, obviously from his account, the aesthetic is clean, presentable, but what you will see is a consistency when it comes to the format of content. And he knows that he has all of those options when he does that one painting, and he can choose to make 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces of content out of one piece of work. So if you watched my other video on this particular artist, you know that he is doing very well on Instagram. And this is a format that is working for him. So what you can think about is, okay, is this format going to work for me too? What can I do in terms of just producing the content? I'm not talking about necessarily growing, engaging and all the rest of it, but in terms of quality of content and what you can post in terms of content. This is something that you can follow, or you go and look at another artist with a different kind of aesthetic which may suit your practice more and start to copy their formats. So say you find an artist, you copy their format, and that gives you, let's just say you do a painting in a week, right? So that one painting from the week will already be producing you 3 to 4 pieces of content for Instagram. If you reformat that content for TikTok, that will be another 3 to 4 pieces for TikTok. That's, let's just say 6 or 7 or 8 pieces of content. Then while you're doing it, if you make a kind of just document what you're doing, when you are painting or working, you can do a longer style format for YouTube, or do some talking on top, or just tell the story of what you are doing on YouTube. And that can be your longer style format. I'm not saying you have to do all of it. I know everyone is not comfortable speaking in front of a camera or even filming or taking pictures of their own work. But remember that producing content isn't about putting it in the public on social media. Believe it or not, when I started making YouTube videos, I felt so shy and awkward in front of a camera. I couldn't even speak, and I would constantly kind of shut down and cringe in front of the camera. I wish I saved those videos to show you now, but yeah, they're gone now. So remember, you don't have to post, but just start producing content, because once you start producing, you become more comfortable, you start experimenting, you get more ideas, and it's something you really need to learn to do, because if you didn't realize, the whole world is moving onto the internet, so you need to learn how to present yourself on the internet in the best way possible for your particular practice. Also remember that don't let trying to be a perfectionist slow you down when it comes to content creation. Nothing you do can really be perfect. It's very, very difficult to have every single post to like the highest perfection. Ideally, what you want to think about more is documentation and journey. People love to see a story, they love to see documentation, they love to see improvement in individuals. And actually so many artists, their audiences are invested in them as an artist and their personality as much as they are invested in the aesthetics or how much they like their work. So just like how I use this, I guess, YouTube as a platform to speak my mind a bit more, give my thoughts and takes on what I'm doing as an artist, more of a personal kind of thing compared to my Instagram. You can find how to, I guess, the best format for you to communicate in a personal way with your viewers. So to summarize, stalk artists who are doing well. I'm sure you are all following artists who are doing well on different social media platforms already. Look at the format of their content. What are they doing with their content on each social media platform? Copy that format for your own practice, regardless of where you are in your practice, because you want to document that journey. Remember that if you feel insecure about making the content, realize that just filming it or doing it or taking that picture does not mean it instantly goes out into a public space on the internet where everyone is going to ridicule you. It's not the case. What you want to do is just get used to making it, because if an awkward introvert like myself can get 1,700 amazing subscribers on YouTube, then so can you. Also remember that if you are the business, your artwork is the product, always look to refining and making your product more valuable. Always look to improving your practice, whether that be like technically, your drawing skills, whatever it is that you're interested in, what revolves around your practice. Always look to making that better, because when that becomes of a higher quality, then it will boost everything else that you do. So what I'm going to do at another time is I'm going to do a video on literally me producing content for my own social media. Once I start to produce more, I really need to do more. I know I need to do more. I just need to get my act together and start doing it. But as I said, I'm playing around with Facebook and Instagram ads to kind of help maybe smaller accounts spend a small amount of money for a decent amount of growth. This is a difficult thing to work out. So make sure you subscribe if you're interested in kind of growing different kind of social media accounts, I guess within the art world. But as usual, please comment or drop me a DM on Instagram if you have any questions or criticism. And yeah, I guess a happy new year to everyone. I didn't say that in my last two videos because I forgot. Or should we just say new year until all of this drama is over? But yeah, so happy new year to everyone. And here is my awkward hands saying goodbye.